Hello Tech Genius, I am Ravi. Have you ever imagined a place where learning is as dynamic as the technology shaping your world? Then here's a deal. With iMatix, you can make sure the learning is exciting, impactful right from the beginning. You have interactive sessions with expert-led courses. In the world of tech, from data science to cloud computing, it's not just about a session, it's about doing, building, learning by solving real problems. So let's get started.
Simple words. It's a requirement raised by any employee or manager worker to get something for the team or for himself. For example, if I want some stationery, I'll raise a requisition that these are the stationery items I need. I need some pens, pencils, notebooks, some books, etc. Then that will go to the procurement team or to the company buyer team. Whosoever has the company buyer role, that person will review it and then will source or find the right supplier for it. Then, once they find out the supplier, they will issue the purchase order. This is what our company needs. When the supplier gets the purchase order, he will look at the details. They will get it for the company. They will look at the payment terms and everything. Then they will send the items to the company. Somebody at the company will receive it in the courier room. On a particular name it will come and they will receive the items like 10 pens, 5 pencils, etc. That is one thing. Once they do it, the supplier will send the invoice. We'll create the same supplier invoice in our system and will pay the supplier invoice. That's how the process will end. Starts from requisition, goes to purchase order, then to receipt, then to supplier invoice, then to payment. This is how it ends. We will see end-to-end cycle today. Thank you. This is one, or you can call it GMS USA, because we should look at the SVP. You can see there are 9 steps. Once it gets initiated, come here has add on request line with miscellaneous pen category. Complete a questionnaire and it will go back to the initiator. If inventory replacement requires no approval and requisition amount is less than $100 and contract exists, goes to manager. If it is a project transaction, then goes to project manager. The requisition total amount greater than or equal to 10,000 in order to inventory goes to the controller. Goods or amount to the service category. Buyer. Very good. I'll call it a good one. The service line to source. This is the step. This step Source goods and service requisition. This step will initiate the trigger of purchase order creation from the requisition. It will go to category buyer. Let's see if all these roles are assigned to someone. We have to check that also. A requisition as project-based service goes to service coordinator. Check storage. Business asset tracking specialist. Let's check it one by one. If we have anyone as a category buyer. It's a mix of these two security groups. This is called intersection security group. You can see the criteria intersection criteria. The person who is a category buyer should have these two roles access in order to perform that activity. Let's see this spend category buyer first. We will use something from here. It can go to computer accessories. We'll use computer accessories. It can go to Teresa Sereno or Michael Choi. Business site buyer. Business site buyer. And in order to do that, we have US Central. Latin America. Change US Central. Mostly it will be Teresa Serrano. That is done. Then let's look at the controller. Let's see where this is designed. Teresa Serrano. Perfect. Now you make sure that this gentleman is part of GMS US Central. Perfect. Now let's look at the BP of purchase order. Once it is initiated for an action, it goes to supplier contract specialist. Repetition process manager controller. Let's see who is the supplier contract specialist. Mostly it will go to Teresa Salerno for reviewing a tool. Before that, I just want to show you one more thing. If this gentleman has the access, create catalog. create supplier catalog, you would see a field actually. Let's not create one. Let's use one. Yes, let's look at one. There is Singapore. Basically, it's a very common word. If you have ever gone to some girls, if you ever gone to a sari shop or a clothing shop, you ask for sari dress and dress. Like that. They have a collection. They have a collection of each and every item in every category. For dresses, for saris, for suits. Similarly, for boys like us, when we go to car shop, car showroom, bike showroom, we ask for a model decal. I'm comparing both. That is called, in simple words, a catalog, where you have an item and a price tag with it, and a category of it, like it's a sports bike or if it's a silk sari or silk suit or cotton suit, whatever it is. Similarly, if you see here, that's the same thing. The item name and identifier. Unit of measure is each. What is the price of that item? Computer accessories, backup to the mouse and all those things. That is called catalog. Now we will create a recognition. It's very easy to understand. Now when we do this, show me. Now this help text is nothing, but it will tell you what you can do or what you should pick here. Select the name of the requester for this requisition. Like that, everywhere where there is a question mark, it will tell you what you can do. What does it mean? By default, as he is the employee of GMS USA, the name is Abhinavar. The currency, because GMS USA is a US based company, the currency would be US dollars. Requisition type. It's optional if you want to select anything. A commodity, contract, or one time. Per replacement inventory, replacement, emergency maintenance. Something like this. Again, you can go to maintain the requisition type and can maintain all of this. Or you can add deliver to his office address, post, ship, a call center, allocation or region. Now let me talk here. Again, we just saw the catalog and non-catalog items. Let's go to this non-catalog. And we'll say, I'm going to access this. There we saw that it's going to tell us a setup. We'll select this one. You can talk to the right person. This, our Requisition. Supplier item. Differ, you can say chetuo. If you want, you can select the supplier also. What was the supplier name? This is a high priority sourcing buyer. You can give a name here if you want to. Let's check Teresa Serrano. The sourcing buyer is just like, as you can see the word who is sourcing this as a buyer. Teresa Serrano, if it's a higher priority, mark this checkbox here. And the approver will see this thing that the requisition which has come to him or her is a higher priority. Internal document link, if you have any freight which has been charged with this. Memo to suppliers. Please send it as an app. Now I'll show you one thing, an advanced level thing, which they have just delivered on 19th of this month. There was a requirement from our clients also, and we had to raise our brains to my difficulty. And based on that, they have delivered one good functionality for POOP. I'll show you that also in just few minutes. Let me just complete this in cycle. Boston reports, Boston report, Boston report. All can use POOP. We have probably added that within here. And as we see that the view Boston report. Boston reports. It's going as part of the BP. We don't have to do anything. We just have to go with the flow. Boston reports. Boston reports. And now we have come to the step where this action will create a purchase order out of requisition. As you can see the headline here or the description, source goods and service requisition. It has gone to this lady. Sherry Wager, White, come to the bar. Boston reports. Boston reports. Boston reports. We have to issue this to supplier. And let's see if this lady has access. Yes, she has. It's finished. Now, as I've been issued, in order to be related action, see everything is happening. We'll go to the seat. We'll create it. And you'll see it fully received. They received one of the items. We'll look at the details once. Let's submit. and it has gone to someone review. Let's see who that lucky guy is. 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 We have fully received status. It's issued now. Now we have to create invoice by supplier invoice. Basically, now we have to create the supplier invoice also. Let's see who that lucky guy is. Let's see who that lucky guy is. Let's see who that lucky guy is. Now, if you look at the recognition in Govino's slide, and from there we can see all of the documents. This PO go back to the recognition. The recognition should have this all documents. complete. If I remove the word sorry, buku. If I go to book, then I should see the seed there. As you can see, I can see the seed, the recognition, supplier invoice. And that's how the process ends. You just pay the supplier invoice and it's done. I'll show you one thing, how to close this PO. How to close the PO? Suppose the items you have received, suppliers and invoice, everything is done. Now you want to close the PO. It's not in use anymore. No one is able to create the invoices and the seed again and again from the same. We just saw like the end cycle, starting from requisition to PO to the seed to supplier invoice. And then in between you can play around with lot of other things. But if you see here, this is issued status fully invoiced to the seed, but it's not close. You look at the PO here. If you put it on the seed, you have to stop proxy as this one. Proxy as Adam card. As a small power. Then any other roles or the big profile in will say, I'll show you this hidden feature. And you can be a star by telling these things to people in it. Because even many people does not know about this. You go to a company, and then company, and again added company for community options. This one. You directly come to this purchase order. Click on this automatically close. Now remember this. Select to automatically close open and issued purchase orders that are in full status of received and fully paid. Right now we have not paid our invoice, which we'll do, and then you will see the PO will have a status of close. Let's keep in this. And again, this is also a powerful media but very advanced. Will not tell you about this feature. Let's go back to up. You will go to field that and 0. Let's see if we can find it out. It's not that easy. Now, as you can see the status of the PO, look at the center of the page or the left hand side. It's closed. We just pay the noise. And it's closed because we have enabled that feature that once has fully received it. See the status. It's fully paid. Then close it. Got? This is a partial flow that you don't want to miss me. Partial flow will be what I have, but that will not work for this feature. But the fully closed, because if you cannot create a supply noise again and all, you have to view this. If you go to this action, Passion Post Gallery, you just open the slides and then you would be able to see the supply noise. And then you want to reopen, but you should not. Once appears close means you have received everything, you have paid everything. Why you will be open it? And then there's something blender happen and you want to do that. You will not do this. That's one thing. That's like complete cycle. If you want, you can create purchase orders from standard task. We have seen the task of supply noise like this. Now we'll see the task of purchase order also. Just to show you, purchase order, purchase order. You type the company, you see, your language is over from the super, just to save some time. Document date, just like we did, like we found it. Because submitted this bill, draw a copy in, because you are paying the supplier. You are receiving the items, you are paying the supplier. You can look at the interview if you are like when I issued the PO, when there is an accounting. How to find out the accounting? I will just go here and let's see if it is been issued or not approved. Percent company is this. Other status is aborted. Let me try this again. It's issued now. Now if you see, you have this additional data at one ship, all those things. There is no accounting. You have to go to view account posting. Search for standard. All these are categories. Business asset disposal discounts given expense supplier spend. These are the categories like receipt, receivables, revenue spent. All these are categories. And anytime you create a document now like purchase order, receipt, supplier noise, check the accounting of that thing also immediately to check what is the accounting, how the system is putting a debit, how the system is putting a credit. What did we select? Why it's a trackable. We use the same thing and that time it was not trackable. How it can be received? We have already received supplier and noise. Now let's create this invoice. We'll check the accounting of this invoice now. Let's put 20,000 here. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel.